Alright, hey guys, we're taking notes over dividing rational numbers and we're focusing in on fractions. So up here in our toolbox we have the words quotient, divisor, dividend, divided by, divided into, reciprocal, multiplicative inverse. And our essential question is how can you divide signed fractions? So the reciprocal is one of two numbers whose product is 1. Also called the multiplicative inverse. Okay, so let's talk about the steps for dividing signed fractions. First, you're going to change a mixed number to an improper fraction. The next thing you're going to do is keep the first fraction the same, and then change the division to multiplication. Then find the reciprocal of the fraction after the multiplication sign. So flip it. Multiply the numerators and then multiply the denominators, and simplify if needed. So it's similar to multiplying fractions, but we have to change and flip, okay? So remember that the odd number of signs means a negative answer, and the even number of signs is a positive answer. So quotients can have negative signs in different places. So it says, are the rational numbers 12 over negative 4, negative 12 over 4, and negative, parentheses, 12 over 4 equivalent? And the answer is yes. The negative can be anywhere because look, if you did 12 divided by negative 4, you're going to get negative 3 because there's an odd number of signs, so it's going to be negative 3. If you do negative 12 divided by 4, it's an odd number of signs still, so it's going to be negative 3. And then the negative out here applies to what the result inside is. So 12 divided by 4 is 3, and then it's negative. So yes. And so you can use this as a reference. So if you have negative parentheses P over Q, it also equals negative P over Q, and it also equals P over negative Q when Q is not 0. Okay? Now we're going to write this complex fraction as division. So really this is 7/10 divided by negative 1/5. So that's how you would write it. But then, remember, it's like keep, change, flip from last year. So we're going to keep the 7/10 the same, change the the division to multiplication, and then flip the second fraction. So 5 over negative 1. And then you just multiply the numerators and multiply the denominators. 7 times 5 is 35. 10 times negative 1, the signs are odd. So it's going to be negative, so negative 10. Okay, I have an improper, so I need to make it a mixed number. Do top in, bottom out. So I get 3 5/10. But then I can reduce this 5/10, and I get 1/2. So really this is negative 3 1/2. Okay, so there's a song that goes with dividing. It's my favorite. Dividing fractions, don't be shy. Flip the second one over and multiply. So I like that song because it helps me remember what I'm supposed to do. But you can also remember what you used last year, that keep, change, flip. And it's here as a reminder. Okay? So now we're going to solve the problems below. First, we need to change any mixed numbers to improper fraction. Remember, you're going to use that strategy MAD. Okay? So I'm going to MAD these. Multiply and then add and keep the denominator. Multiply, then add and keep the denominator. So 3 times 5 is 15 plus 1 is 16. Keep the denominator. And then I have it divided by 2 times 1 is 2 plus 1 is 3. Negative 3 over 2. Okay, now I'm going to keep the first one the same, 16 over 3, change the division to multiplication, and then flip the second fraction, so 2 over negative 3. Then you're just multiplying fractions. And I don't know if y'all remember the other song, but it's multiplying fractions. Don't be shy. Flip this. Oh, I'm singing the dividing song. Multiplying fractions, that's no problem. top times top and bottom times bottom. So I have 16 times 2, that's 32. 3 times 3 is 9, negative 9. Because there's odd number of signs, so it's negative. So now I need to reduce that fraction. Okay, 9 goes into 32 3 times. Need to borrow. So 5, 3, and 5/9. It's negative 3 and 5/9. From here, I'll write right here. Alright, let's work the next one. Negative 3/8 divided by 3/4. Alright, I don't have any mixed numbers, so I can just rewrite it. Keep the first one the same, negative 3/8. Change the division to multiplication, and then flip the second fraction. Alright, so top times top, bottom times bottom. Negative 3 times 4 is negative 12. And then 8 times 3 is 24. Okay, I don't know if some of y'all noticed, but I could have reduced these 3's because they can divide by 3. I get 1, 1. Could have also reduced this one and gotten 1 and 2, and then multiplied and got negative 1/2. So let's see if I get that same result here. I can divide these by 12, and I get negative 1/2 here as well. If you know how to simplify, then by all means go for it and multiply. If not, you get the same result. Alright, I have a mixed number in the last one, so I'm going to MAD it. Multiply and then add, and then just 1. So 6 times 4 is 24, plus 1 is 25. Keep the denominator. Divided by negative 1/3. So now I'm going to rewrite as multiplication. I have 25 over 6. Change the division to multiplication, and then flip the second fraction. Alright, I'm going to look here and see if I can reduce first, since I didn't do that first last time. I can simplify this one. It becomes 1. 6 becomes 2. So now I can't simplify the other 2. So multiplying fractions, that's no problem. Top times top and bottom times bottom. So I have 25 over negative 2. And then divide. Okay, so I have negative 12 and 1/2. Alright, this last problem. Burger Barn has 46 2/3 pounds of ground beef. How many 1/3 pound burgers can be made using all the ground beef? Okay, so now we're dividing with this one too. 46 2/3. That's the total amount of ground beef they have. And they want to make 1/3 pound burgers, and they want to know how many they can make. So we're going to divide it by 1/3. Alright, so I have to do the MAD. Remember, multiply and then add. So 3 times 46. I'm going to have to go off to the side to do that one. I got 138 plus 2 is 140 over 3. Divided by 1/3. Now, we're dividing, so dividing fractions, don't be shy. Flip the second one over and multiply. So we're going to keep the first fraction the same, change the division to multiplication, and then flip the second fraction. Alright, I can already see that I can reduce these by 3. So now I'm just multiplying the top and the bottom. I multiplied the numerators, got 140, and then 1 times 1 is 1. So the answer is 140 burgers can be made. Alright.